Hey Lash Queens, come watch me do a wispy set today. I'm going to show you step by step how I do it, and I hope you like it. So I always apply my eye pads first, as you know, to cover up the bottom lashes and make sure that none are sticking up and those eye pads are nice and comfortable and not too tight or riding up into the corners of the client's eyes. And then turning on the light afterwards. Never ever turn on the light beforehand, because I've had that happen and it was so uncomfortable when I got my lashes done by someone before. I couldn't even open my eyes. So I'm just finishing putting the primer on here to make sure that the lashes are nice and clean and we can have the best retention. Even if your client just said that she had a shower before and her lashes are clean, you're always going to want primer because it always helps just get off any extra dirt, oils, and of course with retention. So this is the way that I map my lashes. I don't write on the pads. I will show you how to do that in another video though, and I used to do it when I first started, but I go eye to eye and make sure that I have the lashes all in the same spot. So this is by size. So I'm doing from size 9 to 14s, and I'm doing C curls and D curls, and I'm doing open and closed fans. So as you see, I started off with the 9s in the inner corner, and then I'm going to fill the rest in where that gap is with 10s, not all of them, of course, but with the D curls. And then I have the two 11s. Well, there's 3 right now, but the third one that's there in the middle is a size 12. So that one I'm going to be placing right next, will be a 13. And throughout it, I'm going to be putting longer ones in, C curls and D curls. So for example, where I have the shorter ones in the inner corners that are the 9 D curls, I'm going to be putting 11 D curls through and 10 C's and kind of mix them up. And then so on and so forth with the patterns. Say the 10s will have 11s and 12s mixed in. The 11s will have 12s and 13s. The 13s will have some 14s. And then at the very end right there, I just wanted to put some shorter ones because she has really fine thin lashes, and I just want to make sure I'm not putting too much long ones near the very end because they will sag and they will be heavy on her lashes, and she won't like the way that it looks in a week from now. I can tell you that. So it's like that in most cases with lashes. You just kind of want to follow suit with their natural lash size to the lash extension. Not exactly, of course, but I would say most people's lash sizes are anywhere from like 9s being very short to some even have very long lashes, like size 14 or 15 natural lashes. But you just want to go 2 sizes up from that. 3 if they're very thick lashes, and also you want to go accordingly to their width and thickness of their natural lashes with the width that you're using for the lash extensions. So with her lashes, I am doing 0.03, and those are just little thin single lashes that I'm fanning together. I've never used pre-made fans, so I don't really know how those work very well, but I do know that they are heavier on the natural lash, and you can't get the styles and the custom designs that you need for each client. Like if somebody has gappy lashes, you're going to want to make really wide fans to cover those gaps if they want a full look. Some of them like gappy looks, but it all depends on the client, really. I would just say to just make sure that even if you are lashing every single lash, which I highly recommend because we do lose 3 to 5 lashes a day, and you want the lashes to last as long as they can. Of course, you want your client happy. Just like I said in another video, to just lash the medium and large size natural lashes, but In some cases, you can lash the baby hairs as long as they're not like a fresh baby hair and they're not super thin. If they have like a thickness to them and you're putting a light volume on it or a shorter lash, then it should be fine. So make sure you're isolating every single lash. You do not want to, you don't want to stick any lashes together because it'll be really uncomfortable for your client and then you won't be able to do your own fills after. So I check all the work and make sure there's no stickies because sometimes if the glue does not dry in time, they could potentially get stuck together and you just want to pull them apart so they don't stay like that and you're not hurting your client when you're pulling on them and causing any irritation. And you're going to apply this lash extension or any lash extension about 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter away from the eyelid. You never want to touch the eyelid. It's the worst ever. You'll cause a huge reaction on your client and it'll be really uncomfortable and the lashes won't be able to grow properly. So I'm just making sure that they're all attached properly and there's nothing on the lash line and no stickies. Her eyes were watering a little bit, so I had to put a pad down. And if you notice, her eyes are pretty jittery. She's, she is sensitive to the light and the eye pads. I noticed they did that as soon as I put on the eye pads. This could also happen if your client just had coffee, nerves, and it's just nerves in general and people's nervous system and just even touching their eyelashes. There could be so many factors, but if it bothers you, you can always attach a piece of tape from where the middle of their eyelid is, like say where my tweezers are right there, and then put it diagonally towards the end to try to like close down the eyelid just so it stays in one place. You'll get used to it over time because it does happen with some clients. But I'm just checking my work and I didn't like that lash. It wasn't attached the way I wanted it. That's another thing you're going to check for, not just stickies and making sure you've lashed all the lashes, but that they're all perfect the way you want it. Well, nothing's perfect, but I kind of am a perfectionist. So this is the outcome and I will show you underneath just to get a look at the attachment. Her lashes were so light, so they were kind of hard to see, and I'm sorry about the quality of the video, but I promise I will have better quality next time. Here is the end results. Just what she wanted. She wasn't sure if she wanted a light volume or wispy, so we kind of did in between. And I think they suit her. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Like if you liked it and subscribe.